I think I feel better after, well, you know. Anyway, it's a new day, new subject, and good omens all around. See? I didn't even have to dig through the files. This time around, we have a Hyunwoo Jang, who's a male 17-year-old and around 5 foot 8.5 inches. And for the sake of society, I'll call you 5 foot 9 and is around 161 pounds. He's a high school student with a mother and a father that's unfortunately in prison for murder. He was a joint guarantor and all his property was stolen. Then that leads to a murder and a sentence of 10 years. That seems rather light. Note, he's prone to, how do I put this without saying it? Unaliving themselves. God, what happened? Hyunwoo had no hopes or dreams. The only emotion he could feel was emptiness. To fill the void within him, he turned to the thrill of constant fighting and brawling or riding a motorcycle. But no matter how hard he tried, emptiness inside him only grew bigger. First thing he wants to do as an adult is buy a lottery ticket. He was more attached to his friends than his family. Turmoil seems to get the best of us, doesn't it? Sorry for whatever happened, and now I'm gonna be sorry for invading your privacy. It's just for me to understand, okay? Based on psychological evaluation, it is speculated that he suffered a lot of familial trauma from his youth. Hyunwoo seems reckless and thoughtless at first, but gets hurt easily because he is tender-hearted. His usual confident look seems to be a coping mechanism to cover his delicate psyche. This explains why he chooses the easy way out, even under the slightest psychological pressure. Provoking him wouldn't be a good idea. In order to reinforce his will to live, Hyunwoo needs to realize he is no longer a powerless child and has the power to change his life. A recommendation is to encourage a sense of vengeance using his attachment to other subjects, or to tell him that a different life waits for him outside the island. Damn, life has always been rough on the guy, huh? At least there's an attempt to keep him going, but it rubs me the wrong way, you know? It's almost for a materialistic purpose. Don't tell my boss this, but I sort of do wish for him to get out of here. Hyunwoo's situation is precarious. The subject wouldn't have lived long even if he was not brought into the island. He tries to look strong, but his heart is full of scars. He often shows off to cover up his traumas. Hyunwoo pretends that he is okay whenever he gets hurt, but you often see him staring at the sky or walking into a restricted area without saying anything. The subject sometimes heads to restricted areas by mistake, but if he gets in that mood, it is clear that he's doing that by choice. Hyunwoo has a history of social trauma, but he still trusts and gets close to people even when it'll only hurt him. Is he dumb, or is he unable to do anything else? Wow, that was a little offensive. People do things for a reason that can go from something way personal or simply because they wanted to. Hyunwoo has his reasons, I'm sure, whether it's logical or emotional. He hates killing people to an extreme, but he hates being abandoned by others even more. He chooses to kill when he realizes that there is no other choice, and that others would abandon him if he does not. He's never chosen anything else. After his first murder, he feels no guilt killing others. The first time is always the hardest. So, killing is considered a final resort. That's horrible. I mean, I get it to some aspect, because he's being pushed to the point that he feels like he has to. But there has to be some other way. Some other choice. Now I really wish you weren't here. I really do. But you are. Okay. Your likes and dislikes. Teenagers usually like instant food such as a ramen noodle, but Hyunwoo doesn't. At first we thought he just doesn't like them, but after reviewing his family history, it all makes sense. Our researcher has been through a similar experience. They studied abroad when they were young, and they usually ate instant food alone. They ate them so much that they got sick of it. So, it's true that they hate instant food because they ate them so much, but they also remind them of loneliness, of being alone. That's possibly why Hyunwoo likes to cook a proper meal and shares them with others. It could be that they were sick of them, but it could also be our memory. Or, our case, poor memories. We often associate things like our favorite food to some sort of memory from sensation, experience, or even environment. And it also works in the opposite direction. Looks like our entry says that it's his family situation that hints at that. At least it could be dislike or preference, but higher in the ranks it could be financial situation, and extreme case would be child neglect. Hyunwoo seems to like dogs. We often see him trying to teach a dog tricks with food as a bait. Did he grow up with one? He has never succeeded at the task, but he hasn't given up yet. We hope he manages to do it someday. P.S. The name he gives to dogs are horrible. Oh, come on. I don't think that they're that bad. Alright, what did he name them? Okay, apparently he named his first dogs Tsundori and Jindori, similar to Taro and Jiro in Japan, which means second son and oldest son. They are names. It's just like naming someone John. I mean, they are names. As much as that brought a little smile out of me, this one won't. People shun families with a murderer. Some ignorant people believe that there is a criminal gene. Hyunwoo has experienced abandonment from everyone he knew after his father was imprisoned for murder, and his mother had seizures every time she saw him because he resembled his father. He must have felt that he's been abandoned by everyone, including his family. This memory is traumatic. And this is for someone that isn't even an adult yet. That's the scary part. His behavior and psyche are dominated by the desire to be loved and accepted. Hyunwoo is obsessed with people due to his lack of proper attachment in childhood. Wanting never to be abandoned again drives his obsession even further. As such, he never accepts the fact when he is left behind by others. Instead, he believes they had other reasons and tries to understand them. What a fool, the file says. People treat him as such that he is stupid to deny the truth. Yet, he will continue to do so. Even more, in fact. He just needs someone. Some sort of human connection, and a good one at that. Seems to me he's just searching for a bond that will actually be of good. That explains why he values and probably misses his friends. And it didn't seem like it was good for him in school either. He managed to get a hold of a classmate of his, and his words aren't really for the better. Do I know Hyunwoo Jang? Who doesn't? His dad's in prison for murder and he skips classes all the time. Infamous dude. Was I his friend? No way. Doesn't have any. He sometimes hung out with juvies, but probably don't think of him as a friend. It's a little scary. He fights all the time and his father killed someone. Got locked up for it. I mean, he's like not scared of anything, has nothing to lose. The guy's gonna end up killing someone if he goes crazy. Nah, I got better friends. But an arrogant prick. Well, that supports the criminal gene part of the file, but surely someone saw past that, right? Come on, there's gotta be something. For starters, he did have a close friend despite everything that happened. That's good. He even cooked for one. I imagine it's the same one. And despite not having a girlfriend, there was someone that he cared about. But then he was kidnapped here by Aglaea, her company. Throughout all the experiments, he discovered a reason for why he would want to leave. An apology. I'm glad there's someone, or maybe even more people that I don't know about that cares about Hyunwoo. And I hope for the best. And well, I know I'm not in any position of power, but maybe there's something I can do to make his life easier? Let's see. Boss, you think I could come into contact with one of the subjects here? No, I do have some extra lunch if that's okay. And that was the end of the Eternal Return file of Hyunwoo. This one was... oof. To put it like that, yeah. But, you know the drill. Here comes the next one. Bang, bang. I is gonna be next. But thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jibba jabba. My kings, my queens, and my royals, and I. We'll see you soon.
Lord knows I tried. Yeah, you burn holes in my pockets. Who coulda saw you selling my heart at the auction? Who know you be cold as my watches? Man, fuck your name, you better label as a problem. Yeah, you a problem, girl. You fucked up my world. Yeah, you a problem, girl. You fucked up my